Hi, welcome to Christie's Sunrise. Today I'm going to share with you how I make homemade chicken fried steak. The first thing you start with, of course, is the meat. And I buy beef cutlets. And when I buy them from the meat market. I tell them I want them lean. I don't like this white stuff that's in here. I cut it out. I don't like to bite on a piece of chicken fried steak, and I know some of it's supposed to be chewy, but I'm not a chewy girl. So I'll cut out some of it. These are pretty good. I mean, there's some. These aren't bad, but I just go through and cut it out. And I explain to them what I want, and they're really good about hand picking the meat that I want. I cut them in half. You can use round steak. You can use sirloin steak. If you use round steak or sirloin steak, you'll want to tenderize them. Like this one's pretty thin, so I'm not going to do anything with this one. This one I'm going to pound a little bit. You want to cover it with saran wrap so that it doesn't splatter everywhere. Now, if you have round steak or sirloin steak, you'll need to do this more to them than what I'm doing. But like I said, these are beef cutlets. You can also fry pork cutlets. You can fry a pork loin. This way, the method of it is called chicken fry. On these, I usually will use the smaller side of the mallet. And this one's pretty thin already. I'll do a little bit up here. Okay, so we have our meat ready. Move this out of the way. Okay. You can salt and pepper them. If you want garlic powder, garlic salt, of course you can add that. Salt and pepper. I would prefer you to undersalt than oversalt. You're going to have layered flavors when you add the gravy. Which I'm going to show you how to make homemade gravy. Now, I have 2 eggs to beat them up. 1 egg is fine for this amount, but you'll probably be cooking more than I am, so I'm showing you with 2. You can use about half a cup of milk. You do not have to use buttermilk. I just happen to have buttermilk. I don't have buttermilk all the time. I only use buttermilk when I mix up the buttermilk ranch dressing, make pancakes, and chicken fried steak. So I have this. You'll put in about a half a cup of milk, and make sure that you smell it. Make sure it's good. That would be gross. There's that. Add some pepper. Add some salt. So the chicken fried steak is going to go from this stage of getting prepared to the milk and egg stage. Really, you should try to keep one hand dry and one hand wet, but I didn't do that very good. So let me rinse. Okay, I have about a cup of flour in here. To that, again, I'm adding salt and pepper. And it's a good thing if you want to let your, like you can mix this up early and put a saran wrap or a cover over it, put it in the refrigerator, and let it all soak for a little bit. Do that with regular milk or with buttermilk. It's your choice. What I'm going to do, so I've got the salt and pepper in here. It's about a cup of flour. And these were 2 cutlets that I bought. So I'm going to stick them in the flour. Make sure they're coated, and I kind of press it in. Kind of get it all pressed in. And it's good if you put them on a rack or something so they're all ready to go into the oil. So this is preparing the meat to be fried. I will also be sharing you on this video, and I'll put it on a separate video, is how I make the homemade gravy. So you can buy boxed gravy. If you do, I would recommend the Pioneer. And when you make the boxed gravy, if you make the boxed gravy, add a chicken cube to the, and I'll be showing you the chicken cube because I add it to this. Add a chicken cube to the water when you boil it, when you're making the gravy. That'll add a layer of flavor. Okay, and just move it around. Make sure you get it coated real good. Like I said, the flour will matter when you know how much meat you're going to be frying. So set it together, and I will be back. Okay, we are back now over with the grease. I normally do not put a thermometer in my oil, and I put enough oil to cover the bottom and a little more. I don't deep fry them. This is probably more oil than I normally use, but it's okay. But if you're going to use a temperature gauge, you'll know when it's hot enough. When you put this in your pan, do not touch the bottom of the pan. You'll get a false reading. You need to set it where it's sticking in the oil but not touching the bottom of the pan. I have the flame on like a medium low. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, but it's still like a medium low. I don't fry them real hot. Okay. I also have a spoon by me because when the steaks are frying, I'm going to be scooping oil and putting it on top of it. I do still flip them. And so right now we're going to fry the meat. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to make, how I make the gravy anyway. So let this, I'm thinking this is hot enough. It's about like at 250. You don't want it too hot. I'm going to set this over here. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, that's good. You see it frying. I usually use my fingers, but so it is more oil than I usually use, but it's okay because we'll be draining it. We'll be using some of the oil for the gravy, but not all of it. And I'll share all that with you in a minute. I normally don't use this big of a pan. I'll usually fry it in a couple of batches, but for this video, I wanted it all in. Okay, I'm going to wash this because I'm going to set the meat on it afterwards. set the meat on this when we're done. So as you can see, it's frying. You don't really want to mess with it too much, even though you're probably tempted like me. Let it cook. You can move it around depending on how your pans cook. I'm going to turn that little baby. And like I said, I normally don't have this much oil in there, but it looks like it's doing a great job. And then I'll take my spoon and I'll spoon it on top. We are going to flip them, as I said earlier, but this just kind of gets this side knowing what's getting ready to happen. It's going to be flipping in the oil. Now, while this is frying, you can get your items ready for the gravy. That's what I usually do. So, in the gravy, I use half and half mixture. I use half water with a chicken cube, and these are 1 cube per cup of water. So I take a cube and I put 1 cup of water and I put it in the microwave, or you can boil it on the stove to dissolve the cube. And then I will add 1 cup of milk. I'm going to be making 2 cups of flour. 2 cups of gravy. So I'm going to use 1 cup of broth and I'm going to use 1 cup of milk. Now you can use half and half, or you can use whipping cream to make a very, very rich gravy. I usually just use milk. So I'm getting ready to flip these. Before I do, I'm going to put some oil on them. I will tell you, do not discard this oil down your sink, please. I use a laundry bucket, an old laundry bucket, plastic. It looks pretty good, huh? So you kind of want to put it down like that to hopefully avoid it sticking on the other side. Looks delicious, huh? I usually cook them, 7-10 minutes on each side. If you don't want to cook them at a real high temperature, you don't want to cook them at a real low temperature. You want to cook them at a temperature just right, which to me is like a medium temperature. And as you cook this, as you go, you'll learn, what works best, what works good, what doesn't work good. You'll learn. Get those cooking. I don't know how to speed up the video, but when I'm editing it, I'm going to try to learn that so you don't have to sit here and watch all this. I remember growing up, we used to go to this restaurant called Albert's Cafe. And I always got the chicken fried steak. We did not eat out often at all, but we did go to Albert's Cafe on occasion. And The chicken fried steak was delicious. When I go eat chicken fried steak, the first thing I always do is taste the gravy by itself to see if it's homemade or boxed. Once you have homemade gravy and then you have boxed gravy, you will know the difference. You might prefer the boxed gravy. I don't know. I prefer the homemade gravy. So for the gravy, I'll tell you in a minute again, but we're going to make 2 cups. So the ratio is per 1 cup of liquid, you need 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of oil. Now I will use part oil from this frying, and I will also use part butter. That's what we like, and it does give you different tastes, so you can experiment as you make several of these dishes. But after the chicken fried steak is done, I'm going to pour this oil in a bowl. I won't be able to do it on camera, but I'm going to pour the oil in here, and then I'm going to measure it out. My mother-in-law used to be able to sit here and just make gravy without measuring anything out. I can do that on some things like taco meat, but when it comes to making gravy, I have to measure it out. I can't do it without measuring it out. Kind of sounds like the frying might have slowed down some, which is okay. And I will tell you another thing. When you're making the gravy, if you don't have enough oil and you don't want to use all butter, you can pull out your trusty bacon grease. I shared with you I keep a jar of bacon grease in my refrigerator all times. Okay, I'm going to call this done. I'm going to take it out. Looks delicious. Please don't burn yourself. Okay, I'm going to put this in the bowl that I shared with you earlier. I have 1 cup of chicken broth. To it, I'm going to add a cup of milk. So I have 2 cups of liquid. I'm going to measure out, and these need to be level, 4 tablespoons of flour. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I need 4 tablespoons of oil. I don't know if I should be bringing this over here, but I'm going to. I'm going to use 2 of these. 1, 2. I'm going to use 2 of these, and then I'm going to use 2 butter. This is 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use all oil, butter, it's up to you. Okay, now we're going to be making an roux. We're browning the flour. We are browning the flour. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. If it looks like you don't have enough of the, always measure your flour because that's your base. If you don't have enough oil, you can add some, okay? Now, we like lots of pepper, so I'm going to add pepper. And I'm going to add salt, but I'm not going to add too much salt because you don't want it too salty. Okay, as you can see, it's already browned. Okay, it's cooking pretty fast. Okay, so this is called a roux. So to this, I'm going to add the liquid. I'm going to add the liquid slowly. And the reason you add the liquid slowly is to avoid lumpy gravy. If you could see what I'm doing. You can just gradually add the liquid. Make sure you don't have any lumps. It looks pretty. Go ahead and add the rest of the liquid. And you gotta keep stirring. Don't walk off and leave this because it could become a mess. If you're impatient, you can turn this up and cook it faster at this point because there are no lumps, but I'm one to take it slow. Gonna get a piece of meat over here. Because I'm gonna pour some gravy over it. I'm gonna taste it with you. Let you know if it's turned out or not. My goal for these videos is, I don't know if I've shared it, is I really want to reach people, probably young people, anybody I want to reach, but I really want people to learn how to cook. It's more economical to eat. The food is way much better for you. And cooking is relaxing. I know some people get frustrated, but once they learn, it's a life skill. Cooking is a life skill. I think everybody needs to learn how to cook. We like our gravy pretty thick. Like I said, you can use milk, or you can use half and half, or you can use whipping cream, and those will make for the whipping cream, and half will make for a very rich tasting gravy. Like I said, as it sits, it'll get thicker as well. So for time's sake, I'm going to turn the burner off. I am going to pour some gravy over this chicken fried steak. I'm sorry, you might not even need a knife. I don't know if you could see me, but probably not. But anyway, I'm going to taste it. That is delicious. chicken fried steak and gravy, you will not find this deliciousness at most restaurants. Please try this recipe.